Have you ever wondered about the magic of 10,000 steps? This number seems to have a special place in the world of fitness and health. It's almost like a golden rule that everyone talks about. But what makes it so special? Why not 8,000 or 12,000? The idea of 10,000 steps has become a benchmark for daily activity, a goal that many strive to achieve. But is it really the key to a healthier life, or just another fitness fad? This magical number often pops up in fitness articles and health advice. You see it in magazines, on websites, and even in conversations with friends. It's everywhere. The concept is simple. Walk 10,000 steps a day, and you'll be healthier. But where did this idea come from? And more importantly, does it really work? It's touted as the key to a healthier life. But is it really? I decided to dig deeper and find out for myself. I wanted to understand the science behind it and see if it could make a real difference in my life. So, I set out on a personal experiment. I decided to find out. For 1 week I embarked on a journey. My goal was simple yet challenging: to walk 10,000 steps every single day. It sounded easy at first, but I soon realized it was more demanding than I had anticipated. For 1 week I embarked on a journey. I walked through parks, along trails, and in the bustling city streets. Each step was a part of my quest to reach that magical number. I wanted to see if this daily goal could really transform my health and well-being. My goal: 10,000 steps every single day. I tracked my progress with a smartwatch, constantly checking my step count. It became a part of my daily routine, a new habit that I was determined to stick to. But it wasn't just about the numbers, it was about the experience. Now I'm not a fitness fanatic. I'm an ordinary guy who spends most of his day sitting at a desk. My job requires long hours in front of a computer, and physical activity often takes a back seat. So this challenge was a significant shift from my usual routine. I'm an ordinary guy who spends most of his day sitting at a desk. My typical day involves a lot of sitting, whether it's at work or at home. I enjoy my coffee breaks and the comfort of my chair. So, 10,000 steps felt like climbing a mountain. It was a daunting task, but I was ready to take it on. So, 10,000 steps felt like climbing a mountain. Each day presented its own set of challenges. There were moments when I felt exhausted, my legs aching from the constant movement. But with each step, I felt a sense of accomplishment. It was a test of my determination and willpower. But I was determined to see this challenge through. I pushed myself to keep going, even when it was tough. I discovered new routes, enjoyed the fresh air, and found joy in the simple act of walking. It became more than just a physical activity. It was a journey of self-discovery. Little did I know, this experiment would transform more than just my physical health. It changed my perspective on life. I started to appreciate the small moments, the beauty of nature, and the peace that comes with a quiet walk. It was a reminder that sometimes the journey is more important than the destination. It would change my entire outlook on well-being. This simple challenge taught me the value of consistency, the importance of taking time for myself, and the joy of being present in the moment. It was a journey, not a race, and it made all the difference. Let's be honest, my daily routine wasn't exactly a picture of health. I drag myself out of bed, commute to work, sit at my desk for hours, and then come home, exhausted. I barely moved, let alone walk 10,000 steps. My average step count? A measly 3,000 steps. Sometimes I'd even struggle to hit that. My diet was nothing to write home about either. Fast food was my guilty pleasure, and I often skipped meals. As for sleep, let's just say I wasn't getting the recommended 8 hours. Overall, my lifestyle was a recipe for disaster. I knew I needed a change, and the 10,000 step challenge seemed like the perfect place to start. The first few days were a shock to my system. My legs ached, my feet throbbed, and I felt out of breath. I never realized how out of shape I was, but I persevered. I started walking during my lunch break, taking the stairs instead of the lift, and even pacing around my flat while on the phone. Slowly but surely I started to notice a difference. I had more energy throughout the day. The afternoon slump that usually hit me like a ton of bricks was less intense. I even felt a little lighter on my feet despite the initial aches. Could this be the power of walking? By the middle of the week, something amazing happened. Walking 10,000 steps didn't feel like a chore anymore. It became enjoyable. I found myself looking forward to my walks. It was a chance to clear my head, enjoy the fresh air, and listen to my favorite podcasts. The mental benefits were becoming increasingly apparent. I felt less stressed, my mood had improved, and I was sleeping better. I hadn't changed anything else in my routine, so it had to be the walking. Who knew that putting one foot in front of the other could have such a profound impact on my mental well-being? Section 5, Day 7, Reflection and a Newfound Appreciation for Walking. As I approached the end of the challenge, I felt a sense of accomplishment. Not only had I successfully walked 10,000 steps every day for a week, but I had also gained a newfound appreciation for the simple act of walking. It wasn't just about the physical benefits, it was about the mental clarity, the mood boost, and the opportunity to connect with my surroundings. Each step became a moment of reflection, a chance to clear my mind and focus on the present. The rhythmic motion of walking seemed to synchronize with my thoughts, bringing a sense of peace and tranquility. I also noticed some unexpected changes. My clothes felt a little looser, and I felt less bloated. I wasn't sure if I had actually lost weight, but I felt lighter and more energized. My appetite had also regulated. I no longer craved sugary snacks and fast food as much. Perhaps my body was finally getting the movement it needed. Walking had become more than just a physical activity, it had become a form of meditation. The simple act of putting one foot in front of the other allowed me to disconnect from the chaos of daily life and reconnect with myself. I found joy in the small details of my surroundings, the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, the gentle breeze against my skin. Each walk was a new adventure, a chance to explore and appreciate the beauty of the world around me. I began to look forward to my daily walks, eager to see what new sights and sounds I would encounter. It was a time for me to unwind, to let go of stress, and to simply be in the moment. The physical changes were a bonus, but the mental and emotional benefits were what truly made the experience worthwhile. I felt more balanced, more centered, and more in tune with my body and mind. Walking had become a form of self-care, a way to nurture my well-being and find a sense of inner peace. As I continued to walk each day, I realized that this simple activity had the power to transform my life. It was a reminder that sometimes the most profound changes come from the simplest actions. Walking had taught me to slow down, to appreciate the present moment, and to find joy in the journey. In the end, this challenge was not just about reaching a goal, but about discovering a new way of living. A way that embraced the beauty of simplicity, the power of movement, and the importance of taking time for oneself. Walking had become a cherished part of my daily routine, a practice that I would carry with me long after the challenge was over. I wasn't sure if I had actually lost weight, but I felt lighter and more energized. My appetite had also regulated. I no longer craved sugary snacks and fast food as much. Perhaps my body was finally getting the movement it needed. My appetite had also regulated. I no longer craved sugary snacks and fast food as much. Perhaps my body was finally getting the movement it needed. My appetite had also regulated. I no longer craved sugary snacks and fast food as much. Perhaps my body was finally getting the movement it needed. I no longer craved sugary snacks and fast food as much. Perhaps my body was finally getting the movement it needed. Perhaps my body was finally getting the movement it needed. Section 6. Effortless Ways to Up Your Step Count. One of the biggest lessons I learned from this challenge is that increasing your step count doesn't have to be a Herculean effort. You don't need to carve out hours of your day or invest in expensive equipment. Instead, it's about making small, manageable changes to your daily routine that can add up over time. Small changes can make a big difference. For instance, consider the simple act of walking more throughout your day. It might seem insignificant, but those extra steps can really add up. Here are a few tips I picked up along the way. Take the stairs. Whenever you have the option, choose the stairs over the elevator or escalator. Not only does this help you get more steps, but it also strengthens your legs and improves cardiovascular health. Ditch the lift and embrace the stairs whenever possible. It might seem like a small change, but it can have a significant impact on your overall step count and fitness level. It's a great way to sneak in some extra steps and get your heart rate up. Walk and talk. If you spend a lot of time on the phone, use that time to walk around. Whether you're at home, in the office, or even outside, walking while talking can help you stay active. Who says you need to be glued to your chair during phone calls? Stand up, move around, and make the most of that time. You'll be surprised at how many steps you can accumulate just by pacing during your conversations. Get up and pace around. This not only helps you get more steps, but also keeps your mind engaged, and can even improve your focus during calls. You'll be surprised how many steps you can rack up. Another great tip is to take lunchtime strolls. Instead of eating lunch at your desk, use your break to go for a walk. This not only helps you get more steps, but also gives you a much-needed mental break. Instead of eating lunch at your desk, use your break to go for a walk. It's a great way to clear your head and get some fresh air. Plus, it can make your afternoon more productive by giving you a burst of energy. It's a great way to clear your head and get some fresh air. These simple changes made it surprisingly easy to reach my 10,000 step goal without drastically overhauling my routine. By incorporating these small habits into your daily life, you can effortlessly increase your step count and improve your overall health. These simple changes made it surprisingly easy to reach my 10,000 step goal without drastically overhauling my routine. Remember, it's not about making huge changes overnight, it's about finding small, sustainable ways to be more active every day. So, lace up your shoes, take that first step, and watch as those steps add up to a healthier, more active you. Section 7. Steps versus intensity, striking a balance. Now you might be wondering, is walking enough? What about intense workouts and hitting the gym? It's true that high-intensity exercise has its place, but walking shouldn't be underestimated. It's a low-impact activity that's accessible to people of all fitness levels. The key is to strike a balance. Incorporate both walking and more intense activities into your routine. Walk regularly for overall health and well-being, and add in a couple of days of high-intensity training for that extra push. Section 8. Beyond the numbers. A holistic approach to health. This challenge taught me that health is more than just a number on a screen. It's about how you feel, physically, mentally, and emotionally. While walking 10,000 steps had a positive impact on my physical health, the mental benefits were even more significant. It's about finding activities you enjoy and making them a part of your lifestyle. It's about listening to your body and giving it what it needs. It's about finding a sustainable approach to health that works for you, not against you. Section 9. The 10,000 Step Challenge, my verdict. So, did walking 10,000 steps a day change my life? It certainly changed my week. I had more energy, slept better, felt happier, and even noticed some physical changes. More importantly, it opened my eyes to the power of simple, consistent habits. It's not just about the number on your fitness tracker, it's about making a conscious effort to move more and incorporate healthy habits into your daily routine. So, lace up your shoes and get walking. You might be surprised at what you discover along the way.